And we are in revolutionary times. And revolutionary times require revolutionary minds. So as we move forward, great social scientists that study patterns in history have broken things down in time periods. And things switch up according to these time periods and patterns in history. So you have a guy named Ray Dalio who explains in the principles of changing world orders that most empires last 250 years. So if America, as we know it, came into existence in 1776, now 2025, by 2026, we're in the 250-year life cycle of an empire. That means that we're at the end of these, when you study the previous empires, we're at the end of a life cycle now. So what happens next? Also, a social scientist by the name of Neil Howe has a book called The Fourth Turning. And when you look at how generations are labeled, the generation before the millennials is called Generation X. Generation after the millennials is called Generation Z. So the millennials are actually supposed to be called Generation Y. So why aren't we called Generation Y? Well, long before we got here, social scientists study cycles and patterns in history. And they realized that the millennial generation is a very special generation. And normally in that pattern in history, that particular group during that time is a group that changes order and reestablishes order. We're also going through a geopolitical change and shift where the American world order is starting to lose its grip and control and power. And you have challenges coming up called BRICS Plus, which is Brazil, India, Russia, China, and South Africa. They are challenging America all over the world, and they're gaining power, and China is challenging the United States right now in ways that people thought could never happen. We're going through a technological revolution with different technologies now. We're starting to see flying cars. We're starting to see all of these different things, right? Then you have an economic revolution with cryptocurrency and blockchain revolution. And then the biggest one that changes everything, they're called industrial revolutions. And the last time there was an industrial revolution, this is when the billionaire families that you explained earlier came into power because they were able to control the way the world operates with its infrastructure. They created the railroads, they created the cars, they took over the oil industry, they took over the banking industries and the way we live our life from the top down. And what I'm ending this with is what I'm saying is all of those things are changing right now at the same exact time, and you'll never be able to experience something like this again. And there's such a profound change coming that if you ride this wave, you can actually become a billionaire. You can become a millionaire. But if you do not learn what's going on and keep abreast of it and then start to take action so that you can ride that wave will come down and crush you and your entire family and everything you love. So this is not the time to play with life. And on a theological perspective, this is the fall of America. This is the time the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad told us about where the American empire will cease to exist. And from my historical research, it doesn't just stop and get blown off the map, but it breaks down and now becomes something totally different. In the book of Revelations, it says Babylon has fallen and was split into three parts. If you look at the Russian Soviet Union, it was the Soviet Union, USSR at a certain time. In the 1990s, it disbanded and it became Russia and surrounding countries. If you look at the Roman Empire, it was the Great Roman Empire. Then at a certain point, it was split and divided between the Western Roman Empire and the Byzantine Empire. So what I'm telling you is, between now and the year 2030, the world as you know it will cease to exist. It is going to be a completely different world. It's going to change dramatically. It's going to change rapidly. And we have wars coming that is going to have a profound effect on our economy and the way the world operates. I have a website called Revolutionary Wealth Club. People can go to revolutionarywealthclub.com, subscribe, and I'm going to begin pumping out newsletters about this, and it's going to put people on game, and inshallah I'll be able to put out some information that's going to be able to save people's lives.
Nice.